Kickoff starts now.
The NFL's top 100 was released, which is isn't it player voted?
Yep.
So it's player voted. All the players in the NFL rank who they think are the top 100 players in the NFL. And Oren and I will be going over, just like we did for the Madden rankings, who we think is the most overrated player and the most underrated player on this list. Oren, you can kick us off because I haven't really given it much of a look.
Overrated. And I get that this could have been seen as a tribute more than anything else. But Larry Fitzgerald was, give me 1 second.
Well, I think something to note before we get into this, a lot of what the players see, us as fans never get to experience. And I think that they're putting in, like, there's a lot more to the game to stats than just stats that none of us fans will really understand. So Larry Fitzgerald, like, all players who can last that long have to be a different level of elite. So I think just playing with a player like that, players in the NFL understand how good Larry Fitzgerald is.
But the thing is, I'm going to take two players. But I get see it that way. But look at this. For example, Larry Fitzgerald.
No, I understand. You're going to compare their stats. But I'm saying there are things that us as fans don't necessarily see that goes on that proves their dominance, that proves how great of a player they are, that only players can understand. And that's why it's a lot easier to criticize like Madden ratings, because that's just another fan basically who has a higher up role. Whereas these ratings are actual players. But with that said, we're about to go criticize the ratings, so I'll let you say your piece now.
Think about it this way: half the people who are voting grew up idolizing Larry Fitzgerald. He was their hero.
Right.
He did this. He did that. He's going to be high on this list, but he's still overrated. Larry Fitzgerald this season had 75 receptions, 804 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and was rated 69. Allen Robinson had 98 receptions, 1,147 yards, 7 touchdowns. All right? Mm-hmm. Huge difference. And Allen Robinson was rated 93. I think Allen Robinson, we'll get into it later. I don't think he's the one who I think was rated farthest down. But I do believe that he should have been rated a bit higher. And Larry Fitzgerald shouldn't even be on this list. His numbers aren't elite. They're not top 100. They're not even top 150, or maybe debatably even not even probably top 200. But still, like, did he have that elite of a season? No. And I don't think that they should be praising him for that, because he's got enough glory and all of that. You shouldn't be putting him in there just because of like a last tribute or something like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. I've been really bad at timing here. I'm trying to find a player who I think is overrated. What if I just did George Kittle again? That would be fun. That would be funny. But no, I don't really believe George Kittle. Overrated. Do you have someone that you know for underrated?
Yeah, I think I have a few players.
So then you can get to them, and I'll keep looking here.
Well, actually, first, I think overrated Kirk Cousins. He's at 58. He's not that good. He's overrated. Get him off this list. He shouldn't be.
Okay, yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Underrated, I hate to say this, but Zadaria Smith, he was 48. He had a really good season. I think that there's some players above him who had a pretty good season, but I don't know if they had that well of a season. Another player, like Danielle Hunter, I think he should be a bit higher. He had a very good season. Shaquille Barrett, I think he might have led the NFL in sacks, or was second in the league in sacks. He had a dominant season. He should be higher.
Okay, ready? Overrated. You know what? Underrated. I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes, just because Patrick Mahomes was clearly disappointed by this rating. He's a 2-time MVP. He makes incredible throws. He's an insane athlete. Like, it's not just one of those Tom Brady situations. Well, Tom Brady's definitely, like, I'm not trying to take away from him. I'm just saying a lot of it is in the system. That's what I believe. Anyway, I got sidetracked, but Patrick Mahomes is very talented. He should at least be the second ranked quarterback. It's crazy that he's the third ranked, although I do love Russell Wilson. As for overrated on this list, man, Chandler Jones. He's good, but 15?
Interesting.
Chandler Jones is ranked higher than Khalil Mack.
Yeah. I mean, Jones, if you look at I think Chandler Jones had the most sacks in the past 5 years out of anyone.
Oh, wow. But still, I don't know.
He's not a big name. That's the thing.
That's
It's like
true.
Khalil Mack's a big name. Chandler Jones isn't. He's a player that by the players probably will get right like a fan's eye. Nobody's going to say he's 15. You might rate him at 40, 50, somewhere like that. But that's just because we don't some reason there's something about him. Not about him, but just fans don't recognize.
That's true. Well, yeah, we were talking about not recognition. But I'm going to go Chandler Jones.
If you enjoyed this episode of From the Den, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video.
Or, if you're a Packers fan, remember to dislike and leave a nasty comment. Click the links on the screen to access additional content.